Have you ever wondered what the ultimate vlogging camera would look like? Imagine holding a full cinematic studio right in the palm of your hand. Well, the wait might finally be over. The battle for the ultimate pocket camera is heating up, and DJI is certainly not holding back. If you have been keeping track of the latest tech rumors, you already know things are moving incredibly fast. The DJI Osmo Pocket 4 leaks have been pouring in almost every single day. The standard version of the Pocket 4 is widely expected to launch sometime this month. Creators everywhere are waiting for it. We have been covering pretty much every single development around this new device. But just recently, something massive popped up on the internet. A very reliable leaker named Igor Bogdanov shared a brand new image. This photo shows what appears to be the highly anticipated Pocket 4 Pro model. This specific leak is a massive deal for the camera community. Why is it so important? Because it gives us one of the absolute clearest looks yet at the new camera head. Up until this moment, there was still a very big question surrounding the layout of the cameras. Nobody knew exactly how DJI was going to fit everything into such a tiny space. Earlier leaks gave us some clues. They hinted that the lenses might be stacked vertically. But there was a big problem with those older leaks. The images were extremely blurry. They were dark and very hard to interpret. Because of that poor quality, there was still a lot of doubt in the community. People were debating if DJI would actually go with a vertical design. This brand new photo pretty much clears up all of that confusion. We can finally see the design plainly. The two lenses are absolutely stacked vertically. One lens sits directly on top of the other. At first glance, that detail might seem quite small to a casual viewer. You might think the placement of the lenses does not matter, but it actually tells us quite a bit about the engineering process. It shows us exactly how DJI may be approaching the design of this powerful little camera. Let us break down why a vertical arrangement is such a smart move by DJI. A vertical setup works incredibly well with a compact gimbal structure. A gimbal is all about perfect balance. When you stack the lenses on top of each other, it keeps the weight perfectly centered. The weight runs right down the middle along the axis of the stabilization motors. This is crucial for smooth video. This centered weight distribution helps the entire system stay balanced effortlessly. When the gimbal moves up, down, left, or right, the motors do not have to work as hard. The previous leaked image technically showed the exact same thing. But again, the camera module in that old picture was barely visible. A lot of people simply were not completely convinced by it. With this new, clear photo, the layout is much easier to see and analyze. Now, whether this vertical arrangement is the absolute best setup is a completely different discussion. Tech companies have different ideas on how to build the perfect camera. For example, let us look at the upcoming Insta360 Luna. Rumors suggest that the Luna is going to take a very different approach. It is rumored to use a horizontal dual camera layout. This means their two lenses will sit side by side instead of stacked on top of each other. Each design approach likely has its own unique pros and cons. A horizontal layout could potentially allow for wider optical spacing between the two sensors. Having the lenses farther apart might help the camera process things like zoom capabilities better. It could also help the camera capture better depth data for tracking subjects. On the other hand, a vertical layout just makes sense for a stick-style device. It might integrate much better with a tiny, handheld gimbal system like the one DJI famously uses on their Pocket lineup. So, what we are really seeing here, at this point in time, the expectation is that both of these rival cameras are going to be absolute beasts. They are both expected to feature a primary wide-angle lens. This main lens will likely be paired with a massive 1-inch sensor. A 1-inch sensor is a game-changer for pocket cameras. It lets in so much more light. It gives you incredible background blur and stunning low-light performance. But that is not all. Along with the main sensor, both cameras will feature a secondary telephoto lens. This second lens is rumored to offer around 3 times optical zoom. This means you can punch in on your subject without losing any video quality. You get real, physical zoom instead of digital cropping. But of course, we still need to wait for more reliable leaks or official company details to fully confirm these amazing specs. What is extremely interesting right now is the timing of these releases. The release schedule is turning into a real drama. Leaks heavily suggest that the Insta360 Luna could actually launch this very month. This means it might arrive on the market before the Pocket 4 Pro even gets officially announced. Most industry reports currently point to the standard DJI Osmo Pocket 4 launching first. The Pro model will likely come much later in the year. We are possibly looking at a release around mid-year for the Pro version. If that timeline ends up being the reality, Insta360 could have a massive early advantage. The Luna could easily be the first to market with this specific kind of dual camera concept.